All right, so today I'm going to test out some of the different finishes. I'm going to start off doing Danish oils, and then I'll do some stains as well that I have just to see what they look like. But the key here is I emailed Fender with the serial number on the guitar, and they were able to email me the full spec. So I now know that the body's made of alder. So I went to a specialty lumber store here in the Austin area. Got a piece of alder board. It was real cheap. It was like $2 or $3 for a 2-foot section. I sanded it and prepped it like I would with the guitar body. So basically what that means is for the underwash coat, I'm using the Zinsser Seal Coat, and I mix a ratio of 3 parts denatured alcohol to 2 parts seal coat. And I used a brush to basically brush that on the board. The denatured alcohol is going to raise the grain in the board, and so I noticed definitely after that all dried, I let it dry for 24 hours, came back and felt it, and you could definitely feel the grain was raised. So I gave it a quick sanding with I think a 220 or 300 grit sandpaper so that the surface is smooth again. I've sectioned off my board right now for the 4 Danish oils that I'm going to try. I'm thinking I'm going to end up with the light walnut because I actually want to add some brown tint to this. It's kind of yellowish wood, so I want to get the brown in there. So we'll see what that looks like. Let's see if I can get some more light in here. But anyways, so what I'm doing now is I'm going to go ahead and apply the Danish oil with just some cotton rags, and I'll just basically be wiping it on. The instructions on that are typically to flood the surface and let it sit for 15 to 30 minutes and then wipe off any excess. I'm actually just going to wipe it on and wipe it off. I don't want to let it sit because what I'm going to do on the guitar is, in order to really control the color and build up the color darker and darker, I'm going to do that. I'm going to basically wipe it on and wipe it off. I'm not going to let it sit to really soak in. So, and I'm planning on doing lots of layers to build up the thickness, but that's the plan. Right now I'm really just trying to figure out what color I want to go with. So start with the Danish oils, and then I'll try some of these different stains. I'll do another video showing the different colors here, but these are just ones I happen to have sitting around at the house. So we'll try that out, see what it looks like, and then once I make that determination, then I'll start prepping the body itself. So what I'll do is the same thing I did before, the 3-to-2 mixture of the denatured alcohol with the seal coat, brush it on, wipe off excess, let that dry for at least 24 hours. And with the Danish oils, by the way, I'm going to let those go 24 hours between coats when I start to do that on the actual guitar. All right, let's see how it looks. All right, so I just finished up doing the first coat of Danish oil, and I did the 4 colors, which are cherry, natural, light walnut, medium walnut. And you can see the 2 walnuts, very little difference between them and the natural. The cherry actually does have a little bit of that reddish tint to it. I kind of like that. I like it a little better than I thought I would actually. So I may end up using that on the guitar. I'm not sure yet, but you can kind of see the differences between the colors. I actually like the medium walnut. Maybe out of the others. No, we do have some knotting down here, so it's a little darker than the rest of the comparison. But up here you can kind of see between this and this. And then if I flip the board, you can see the natural color, hopefully, of the board before I did anything. So you definitely get some darkening. Brings out a little bit more of the yellows in the board itself. Maybe some of the natural reds. So far so good. Like I said, I'll try the stains on the other side of the board just to kind of get a comparison to the Danish oils. And I may apply another coat of the Danish oils as well, just so I can see what happens when you layer it. But yeah, we'll see how that does. Okay, so I just finished applying stain to the back side of the board. So on these I used the Minwax. I think these are pigment stains, oil-based. The colors I did here are, this is just the Zinsser Seal Coat, so no stain. This is the Red Mohogany 225, Weathered Oak 270, Early American 230, and the Ipswich Pine 221. And out of these, right now I'm kind of liking the Red Mohogany. My only concern is, as you can see here on some of the end grain where this knot is, it gets really, really dark, almost black. So my concern obviously is that as we get into the guitar on some of these areas, that we're going to get some of that blotchiness even with the seal coat on it. So that's my big concern. Plus, I mean, you can definitely see variations in the color of the wood between the boards that Fender used when they built the body. So that is a concern, is that you're going to get with a drastic difference in color between these two sections here just because of the wood itself. So, but just for comparison between, these are the Minwax stains versus the Danish oils from Watco. You can see the stains definitely have sort of more of a colored look to them. They're definitely darker, but out of all of them, I think I like the early American, the red mahogany, and then the medium walnut there on the end. Those are the three. Those are kind of leading candidates for the body. Really like the darker brown though. I may end up going with that. We'll see.